Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how we're hooking our network up. The very basic bare bones of the network anyway. So we've got our VHF radio, we've got a Ray 63, we've got our chart plotter which is an Axiom 7, and our SeaTalk STNG network. And I'd just like to say I am not an electrician, I'm not an electronics expert by any stretch of the imagination. So I guess what I'm saying is if I can somehow bumble my way through this, you can too. You don't need a huge degree of technical knowledge to do this. The one side of this that you might need some prior knowledge is actually wiring up the 12-volt electrics, because you don't want to stuff that up, because that's where the danger lies. You need to make sure you use correct fuses and correct connections and all of that. I've been lucky, I've had a few mentors to help me out with this, and I've been on the phone sending messages and calling them with frantic phone calls to make sure I'm doing it right. I've done it all myself, but I have had a lot of help from some experts. So, having said that, let's get into it. The bare basics of this is going to be how they all communicate. When it comes to the powering up, what you want to do is make sure that you're safe. So you want to disconnect the batteries, you want to turn all the power off before you start to muck around with any kind of electrical systems, and use plenty of fuses. So every single item that you're using should have a fuse. So getting into it, the SeaTalk STNG network. When you get your kit, which I did, you will be given this five-way connector. So that you just basically want to mount somewhere hidden up the back of your in my case it's the nav station there. You've got this, and then you've got these two little funky looking blue plugs. These go in the end, assuming you're not using the ends here to connect multiple networks. You just want to plug these in, and they should just go straight in like that. They'll click in. They're all connected and basically terminating your network there. Next point is power. So this needs power, and here's your power cable. Remember, red and black for 12-volt power, positive and negative. This is red and black, and it'll just to show you that this is a power cable. And the idea with these networks is you want to put the power in the middle. Clicks in, twist that, that's all nice and connected. So now let's get the various devices to talk to each other. We'll start off with the VHF, and in the back of these VHFs you will find that there is a little white port here, and that's your STNG network port. So you've got to put this white and black cable in. This is a spur cable, and then that cable is going to go straight into your network like that. Click, click, twist. Now that is locked in. With your chart plotter, same deal. I don't have it with me right now because I did the power wiring up yesterday, so it's all wired in and I can't take it out of the wall. But basically, from the power cable that comes with your chart plotter, with your Axiom, you've got the power cable that comes out. I'll get a shot of it right now for you. You've got the power cable that comes out, and then another cable that branches off, and that's going to be the cable that you can connect your little spur cable here, and then that can go into your STNG SeaTalking network. So that is it really. Right now you've got your VHF radio talking with your multifunction display here, and it's all just that simple really. I mean, obviously you got to make sure that you do the wiring up correctly when it comes to power. Definitely put fuses in the line and correct fuses, and once you head out to sea, make sure that you have backup fuses and know how to change them as well. It's super duper simple, but you don't want to be out there with no communication,
and your primary source of navigation is shot simply because you don't have the right fuse. So that's the SeaTalk STNG network done. Simple, simple, simple. But I'm gonna make it a little bit more technical, not technical, a little bit more complicated, not complicated. It's all pretty simple stuff, really. Just gonna add another piece into the puzzle. I've got this Raymarine SeaTalk network switch, and the reason why I've got this is because I've got two chart plotters. They're both going to be talking through this, and I'm also going to be hooking my radar up to this as well. So I'm going to be installing a new radar, and that's all going to be talking through this HS5 SeaTalk network switch. This is super simple as well. It needs a power source, so again, plug in your power source. That power is going to go to a fused 12-volt power source. So that's the same cable as for your STNG power, but the rest of these are different. These are all Raynet to Raynet cables. So that will plug in there to your SeaTalk network switch, like so, and then your cable, the Raynet to Raynet cable, simply goes into this port at the back that says network. Like so, and then that will just twist on, and that is nice and snug. So from this chart plotter, you're going to have a cable that's going to your SeaTalk network, and then another cable that's going to be going to your Raymarine HS5 network switch, and then another cable that's going to be going to power. I'm also going to get a transducer as well, which I'm going to be mounting shortly. The transducer is going to go into the back of this Axiom as well, which will then talk into the network, and everything will get that information. For the other chart plotter that we have up in the cockpit, that is going to be using another Raymarine Raynet to Raynet cable that runs from the cockpit down through the roof, down through the back of no man's land, and that will be plugging right into the back of this network switch as well. So these two chart plotters are going to be talking with each other and be on the same wavelength, giving the same information, and they're going to be able to be used at the same time. I'm definitely not an expert, I'm so far from it, but if I can do this, you can too.